Here's how Claude actually gets into most companies. Not through IT, someone signs up on their own with a personal email and starts using it for real work. And to get good answers, they feed it real data. A customer list, a contract, a financial model, the product roadmap, all of it pasted or attached straight into a personal account nobody approved and nobody can see. Now multiply that by half your team at least. Then someone leaves, they quit, or you let them go, and here's the problem. Their Claude account walks out with them. Every conversation, every file they uploaded, all that company data, still sitting in an account that you never controlled and can't shut off. That's the gap we're closing today. Today we're going to put Claude behind Microsoft Entra with single sign-on, so company data lives in accounts that you control, and the day that someone leaves, the access is gone with them. By the end, you'll have done three things: verified your domain, connected Claude to Entra for single sign-on, and locked it down to exactly who can log in. 3 steps in about 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and dive in.
Before we dive into the actual steps, guys, just a quick graph here I wanted to go through, or diagram, just to describe kind of the importance of the security that you're putting in place, some of the benefits of taking the time to do this, and likely what's going on in your organization today. So what I see most commonly, and I depicted this in the last video on securing Claude or connecting Microsoft 365 with Claude, but a lot of users are just going to Claude, signing up with their personal Gmail, and then starting to upload OneDrive documents or work documents into Claude unimpeded. And the thing that that does is actually start to train Claude's models on that data, and it's just ungoverned, right? It's completely insecure, and they're uploading it there. And there's a lot of productivity benefits that they could get if they established, this work account and verified the domain. I'll get into that as well too, as far as prerequisites on both sides. But the other thing here is that we have to think about all the other protections, right, that we get if we were to go ahead and get our domain verified and have single sign-on with Entra here as well. If you talk about MFA or conditional access policies that actually protect you, and you spend a lot of time setting up as an admin, this is going to extend into that with single sign-on here as well too. So if a user has been compromised and you've disabled their sign-in, that attacker won't be getting into the other tools as well, like Claude. When we talk about offboarding processes here, that was my example in the intro of this video, but if they offboard and they have a personal Gmail Claude instance with all the corporate data in there, that's data leaving your organization. Technically left while they were there, but even further so that they're now not an employee, which brings up even more risk. Shadow accounts, so anybody can sign up with a corporate account even as a personal account in Claude, meaning they go, if your domain's t-365.com, they can go to Claude and sign up with that email, and it's an ungoverned personal account still. It's not a managed instance, and by doing so, we're not allowing people to set up a account here with our corporate domain, which is great. And then oversight, who has access to Claude, who's using it actively. This is something you can check out my video on detecting shadow AI to see more clearly who's using Claude in an organization over the network. But this is something where you actually get oversight, you can control access into the corporate workspace. So it's kind of the opposite, of this as well too, where we're moving into compliance states for all these controls. I will be going through the instructions and the setup here, but Claude has their documentation here for single sign-on that we're going to be walking through, and the same thing as far as a help desk article for specifically for Entra. But the other prerequisites that you'll call out here is that you do need a team or enterprise plan on the Claude side. I've depicted this in my school community with this feature matrix that you guys can check out here as far as what you get access to feature-wise. So you can check that out. It's a free resource. SSO, SAML is available here on Teams or Enterprise. Skim provisioning is only available on Enterprise, so we're not going to walk through that completely today, but just note that it is another capability here. So you can see all this. You do need to be a role owner here, team or enterprise. You do need to have this Entra P1 or P2 license if you're using Microsoft, and you do have to be one of these administrator roles in Entra as well. So that's kind of the prerequisites there. The only other piece here is you're going to need access to your DNS settings that you're going to use. And we'll walk through that as we keep going, but just wanted to give you guys some of those prerequisites. As a call out too, I do have this whole free school community, and there's a classroom of a bunch of different resources within here for secure AI use and Microsoft 365. One of those that we're going through as part of this is securing Claude, and it has a list of various controls, and today we're walking through the SSO piece of that. So if you want to check that out, again, I'll link that in the video description. So if we begin to work through these steps, the first step here is if you're in your Claude instance, you do have to, again, be the org administrator here to be able to see organization settings. If you don't see this tab, it means that you do not have a team or enterprise plan set up for your account. and you will need to do that here. You'll notice I have these two workspaces, one of which is personal, the other of which is my T-365 team account as part of this. So if I go into the organizational settings here, we've got our domain name here. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to click on verify, and we will type this in here, click continue. Recognizes that we use GoDaddy as our DNS provider here, so it's giving us specific instructions. It will automatically find the DNS provider that you have and give you the instructions on setting that up, which is really nice actually as part of that. So the big thing though we're doing here is just setting up a text record. So very basic workflow here. So every DNS provider here will be maybe a little bit different, but the basic option I'm going to select here is the text record, and I'll leave all the other default settings here. You notice here it's got text at and then the value that I just copied and pasted as part of this, and I'll go ahead and click on save here. GoDaddy's pretty quick about propagation, but depending on your DNS provider, it might take a little bit to propagate. But if we go in here, it's still polling, which is nice as well too. We don't have to click anything. So we'll just wait for that. I'll pause the video briefly and then be back once this is done. Okay, so we're back here, and that took about 10 minutes to go ahead and get verified here. And now that we have that, we can go back here. This would be in a pending state. We can refresh it here, and then it will then show this verified as part of this. I didn't touch on this, but this discoverable toggle as well here too. If you do already have an organization set up, that will allow them to request to join your organization if they do type in your domain name. So bare minimum before you even get into these steps that I'm showcasing, that could be a good thing to do. Obviously less important here once you get into verification and setting up single sign-on here. So we'll go through the flow here of setting this up here, and we're going in this case to set it up with Entra ID. This is also, like, Claude's been really great about, or Anthropic I should say, is really great about all these instructions. So nothing crazy here. I can deep link into the admin center. This is where you'll have to be either a global admin or app administrator to be able to set up these steps, but I'm a global admin in this account, so I'll go ahead and set to enterprise apps, and then I'll click on new application here, and we're going to wait for this to load and then click on this button up top that says create your own application. You can call this whatever you want. I just like to call this Claude SSO. And then we're going to leave this selection here that says integrate any other application you don't find in the gallery. So we'll click on create. This will take a minute. You'll see this here loading and adding the application. They'll be taken into this window here to go ahead and go configure it. First step over here is we're going to go into the single sign-on section, and we're going to click on SAML. And within here, we're going to locate the basic SAML configuration section here, and we're going to click on edit. This is where back in the Claude workspace, as an example, if I go back to their documentation, they'll have served up this information. I'm going to blur this out just for the sake of privacy within here, but you'll want to copy this identifier here, and you'll want to go ahead and put it in here as the identifier up top. And then we'll copy this reply URL here, and we'll go back to Entra, and we'll put in the reply URL here. And then from their steps here, we can go ahead and just click on save at the top of the page here. These were the only two required fields as part of this. And then if we keep following their instructions here, we're going to locate the attributes and claim section here and click on edit. And then they're going to want you to look at the names down below for the attribute mappings that we're going to configure as part of this. So if you go back into the portal here, you've got the attributes and claims. They technically already mapped these for us in here. So you've got user.mail, given name, user principal name, and then surname. That's part of this, which is all of the ones that we need. In this case, user.mail being the most important. And they have this designation, if you look in the claim, for the / claims as part of it. So technically, didn't have to really do anything here in order to get that set up. And it says in this instruction, you must also send group memberships to Anthropic using the groups attribute. And you can set that here as part of it as well too. So if you wanted to do this, with groups, that you would need to do that piece of it here as well. I'm just going to show you the example with users as part of this so that you can set that up. But then after that's done, this is where it's going through the assignments, which I'll show you guys here in a section. You can add the application logo as part of this, and then you can set in the provider metadata here, which is the very last step. So we'll go back into this section, I'll go into the usage here in a minute, but we'll go back into the SAML configuration, and then we'll copy this app federation metadata URL, and we'll go back into this piece. We'll paste that in, click on continue, and then we will say I am ready to test. After one more step here, I'll go into users and groups, and I will just simply add, and I will click on assign. And actually, before we go forward here, I do want to set this attribute claim for you guys just because I think it'll be common. So if we go back to single sign-on, we go here and we can add this group claim, and we can say groups assigned to the application, and then cloud only group display names is the recommendation here based off their documentation. And you can simply click on save here. So I think it's good to go ahead and follow that, because likely you'll want to do a group-based membership versus single users, right, in the longer term as part of this as well. So we can go back in here and we can click on continue, and now we can test the single sign-on flow. I'll sign in with my work account here. Now it'll redirect you here to the admin settings page here, and it shows now that single sign-on is connected. Here, if we go back into this other tab that we were on, it shows that we activated the connection right as part of this as well. So it's got all that information here. And then if we go back into the settings, we can say require SSO for Claude as a toggle. So that way, if I go back out and just open up a new incognito window here and just go to claude.ai, if I was, you see here right now it says continue with email. If I go ahead and say MSP for MSPs at t-365.com, it's switched here dynamically to continue with SSO, right, as an example. So this would then have me sign in with my Microsoft credential to be able to get into that account. And the last couple of things here that I want to showcase is that you can toggle the setting that restricts organization creation for you for verified domains. So I would go ahead and toggle that on once you verified your domain. Got single sign-on set it up as well too. I still like the user provisioning to be invite only versus just-in-time provisioning. They're automatically provisioned when they sign on with single sign-on. Technically though, with Entra, there's another gap here, if you will, where they also, in this case, need to be added as a user or group member in order to get access. So to showcase that, if I log out here as an example, and if I go ahead and continue with t-, but I go ahead and say, let me say nros at t-365.com, who is not in this list, that's a different user. After they try to log in here, they'll just get this message that says, sorry, we're having trouble logging you in. Your administrator configured the application Claude SSO to block users unless they're specifically granted access to the application. So this is again where if I did want him to have access, I could go in here, click on add user or group, and I could go ahead and find Nick Ross, and I would add and search for nros, and I would find them here with the nros account that I could add, and they'd be able to sign back in here. Regardless, if you go back into your regular admin account, then you'll have everything configured here for single sign-on, so that way people can just log in. And again, you get all of your protective settings from the Entra portal, including MFA, conditional access, everything that you've spent time setting up.
Okay guys, so that's the build. We verified our domain, we connected Claude to Entra for single sign-on, and we're controlling access through group membership. Onboarding is a simple group add, and offboarding is likely already baked into something that you already do today, like disabling the user login, where they'll no longer be able to access their Claude workspace either. Claude stopped being a separate section and separate island of personal logins and became one more managed app. That's good governance, and he didn't block the tool, he simply put it on Rails. So if you want to see more of the step-by-step and some other free resources around securing Claude, definitely check out the link in the video description for my free school community. Otherwise, subscribe for next week's mission, and I'll see you guys in that next video.